Okay, you said I can win brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max?
Yeah, Lonestar Mtn gave me away the iPhone 17 Pro Max every week.
Yeah, but explain to me now. How can win my own of iPhone 17 Pro Max?
Just recharge that *156# and recharge as low as 20 cents or above. You can win one of the many iPhone 17 Pro Max.
I want to recharge on my new iPhone 17 Pro Max already set.
I want Lonestar Mtn can do my girl. No time.
I recharge it right now. This begging iPhone owner for my own picture must end.
Join the iPhone 17 Pro Max gang. Lonestar Mtn recharge in Bombay. iPhone Watch is giving away multiple iPhone 17 Pro Max every week, along with amazing prizes like smartphones, bag of rice, headphones, power banks, and other exciting prizes. Simply recharge as low as 20 cents to get a spin to win, data, calls, and enter the draw to win an iPhone 17 Pro Max every week. The more you recharge, the better your chances are to win.
MTN.
Hello, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is 87.9, and welcome right now to the Lonestar Mtn Hour here on Liberia's biggest FM dial. I go by the name DJ Hero, and trust me, no bad man for this hero. We have with us two young people from Lonestar Mtn, and a company that loves to employ young people. So whenever I see young people from big companies, I feel so good. But let's welcome them in our studios now. For the man, I think I've seen him before, but for the lady that is here, it's my first time meeting with her. Please, you are welcome to our studio, okay? Not you, because you thought this is your home. Yes. So welcome. This is 87.9. Please tell us your name and just, your position at Lonestar Mtn.
Okay, so good afternoon once again. Thank you so much for having us. Should I say back? But my name is Goodman Sart, and I work within the enterprise business unit at Lonestar Mtn. I provide support within the unit, basically.
Okay. And
So yes, once again, I want to say thank you for having us, and hello to the listening audience, to all GSN subscribers out there. I'm Emmanuel Harris, work at MTN in the enterprise business unit as a business representative.
so we're going to talk business.
Yes,
Strictly business.
Yeah.
So y'all listen, all of you listen. This afternoon we are going to be talking business. Firstly, I want us to talk about the LTE router. I want to know what is the service about, the LTE router, and I also want to know what are the benefits of using the service, and how can one acquire it. Where does the service work?
Okay.
That's the first thing I want us to know.
Okay. So we'll take it one step at a time for the people listening, so that they can be able to get the information in full.
Okay.
So the LTE router are devices that provide internet connections for users. So the way it works is that we distribute our network connection from our real towers to your user equipment. So if you have your phone, your smart TV, your laptop, everything that uses the internet, the router helps you to get connected to the network. Just that this time is doing it at a much faster rate and at a much stronger speed. So the idea of the router I always like to talk about is that they think about people using their hotspot to be able to share connection to their different devices or to their friends, their colleagues, their children. The demand for internet now is very huge. Nobody need to remind you of that. And so we realize that in most cases, some people want to, share their network, but then the phone cannot give them the capacity they're trying to provide to other users.
Mhm.
So if you are using your phone to share network to other users, if calls coming, for example, your network drops. Those who are, tapping onto your network, they get disconnected until your call, is still continuing. So the router came about to be able to solve that problem. How users can be able to work simultaneously and independent of one another. So the router helps you to get connected, like we said earlier, at a much faster rate, at a much better speed, and at convenient. That's the good thing about the router. So at MTN, we have two different types of routers. We have the Cat4 router and the Cat6 router. So our Cat4 routers are sold for $49. The Cat6 is sold for $89. One of the things that distinguish our devices in the market is that when I like to always emphasize that is the big thing happening right now in the market. Everybody is pulling in to have a router because of the flexibility of the devices. So let me just emphasize the key one, that we have two different kinds of devices, the Cat4 and the Cat6. So let me give you details about what each of them does. Now for the Cat4 router, it has one bandwidth, which is one capacity. It has between 16 to 32 users based on the kind of device you purchase. And it allows you to be connected even in the absence of LEC or in the absence of current. In the library right now, the state of which one we are current. We're still trying to beef up our capacity. So once you have the MTN router, whether you have electricity or not, you can still be connected because the device is rechargeable. That's one thing. Another thing about the device is that it's flexible. So you can use the device while you're sitting in your house. You can use it, maybe you are watching Netflix and then you have an emergency to go out to a meeting in your office. You can still move ahead with the device to your office and be able to take the meeting with the device. So the device is flexible, it's portable. You can use it anywhere. There's an MTN connection, and you can use it whether there is current or no current, because it charges when current is on. The device is charging when current go. It keeps current, and the pricing is also flexible. So you are not restricted to pay, one unique price. For example, with our dedicated internet, maybe you say you need to pay $50 every month or $25. The device is flexible. You can pay $25. You can pay $19 today. Tomorrow, next month you can pay $9. The other month for the $9 based on your financial strength at the time and based on
the service that you want.
Yeah.
Based on the service you want.
Based on the data you think you can consume.
Okay.
That's the key thing. Based on the data you can consume, and based on the activity you expect to be doing. So if you bought for the $9 this month, that gives you over 250,000 MB. And then you notice that by the end of the month, in 30 days, you used only 100,000 of the 250,000 that was provided for you. The next month, you are not compelled to go again for the $9 month. So you can scale down or scale up based on it. So you can go down and say, okay, I think my capacity has dropped, so I just need to buy the $19 bundle or maybe the $9 bundle. So it adds to that 150,000 that you already had for the previous month. Whatever data you buy adds to it, and then it takes you again for another 30 days.
So how much is it?
So like we said,
you don't have any of it. You don't have the router right now, or you just want to go to the company and purchase the Cat4. How much is the Cat4 and how much is the Cat6?
Okay, so like we said earlier, the Cat4 is sold for $49.
Okay.
And the Cat6 is sold at $89. Now the way to get it, the way to get it is with skill. The world is advanced, it's digital, so you don't want to stress customers. You can get it at any of MTN offices, of course.
Okay.
You can drop at our service center, our point of sales. You go Broad Street, you go Douala, you go Red Light, anywhere you see MTN office, you can be able to get the router. You can get it at our head office. If you are not a kind of mobile person, you're not too much into getting out of your homes and everything, or you are a very busy person and you don't have the time to take out to stroll, you can call our hotline on fastest. We have a team deliver the device right at your doorstep, in your office, in your homes, anywhere. As a matter of fact, we have a team deliver the device to you. Also, we also have our field agents that are in different communities from time to time, serving customers.
So the router, where does it work? It work anywhere. When I purchase a router, then I have it in my bag or maybe in my pocket. If I'm leaving from here, Monrovia, and then I'm going, let's say, Buchanan City, the router can work there.
So MTN network is 360 across the entire country. Every county has MTN network. From Monrovia up to Harper City in Maryland. So if you bought the device from Monrovia today, and say maybe you have a contract to Maryland County, take your device, put it in a bag, travel to Harper. When you get to Harper, get down, wherever you are assigned, get there, put the device back on, and then you get connected again. So everywhere that MTN network is situated across Liberia, the device works. And of course, MTN network cover over 90% of the entire country. So
how many people
you have?
How many people are they connect to the LTE router, the Cat4? The Cat4, the reason you see me talking about Cat4 because I'm a scrapper, and I believe that most scrappers will want to go for the Cat4 router.
Yeah, now we need to make emphasis on it. So the Cat4, I mean, when people hear Cat4, of course, will confuse the people. So let us make it simple. So we get a B router and a small router. So the small router that we can call the Cat4. And the small router, we get one bandwidth. So you got one capacity. You only connect to 1 million. You know, the B1 can allow you to connect by two different means. One of them will help you to have maximum speed. The other one will help you when you are covering huge distance. The small one does that, but at a limited scope. But for MTN, here is where you have the advantage because the Cat4 router has an extensive coverage. So I mean, you can be in your living room, and then you have the device maybe in your room. You will still be connected at full speed. You can even be sitting down on your porch outside and the device in your room. You connect at full speed. So you got up to 16% based on the device because we have different category of devices. Based on the kind of Cat4 you buy, you have anywhere between 16 and 32% connected at a time. So imagine a household that is usually in like between 5-6%. You have a capacity for up to 16%. That's enough speed, enough capacity to cover your entire household, even space for additional devices. Then for the Cat6, so it has two capacity. One, like I said, for speed, the other one for range. So if you say you have the device in your room, and then maybe you want to take air in the parlor or on the veranda, on the porch, on the front porch of your house. There's some little distance between there, so you just connect to the one that can allow you to have better, experience when you're in range. That's what makes it distinct. So when you're in range, you take the 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth because it's coming two categories. When you put the device on, in fact, when our agent sets the device up for you, or you come to the office and set the device up for you, on the go you get connected. So the connection takes from the time you pay your money, say I want MTN router, and the times you get connected between 1 minute 30 seconds and at most 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, we'll make sure we have your profile taken, we have everything set up for you, and then on the go you start browsing. So if you had Cat6 router, once it's set up for you, on your device, you will see immediately two different range being provided for you. So you see 2.4 gigahertz, you see 5 gigahertz. And like we said, the 2.4 gigahertz for range and the 5 gigahertz is for experience, it's for speed, absolute speed. You're doing a Teams meeting, you have an online seminar to attend, and you don't want to miss a bit of it. Maybe you have a test to take, you just connect to the 5 gigahertz bandwidth, and the twinkle of an eye, you answer all of your questions, you do whatever activities you need to do on the MTN router.
I think folks that are listening, I think they better understand about this LTE router, and if you need it, you can go and get it right now. But let's talk about the other service that is referred to as the closed user group, the CUG. I want our people to know what is this service about and how can who can use it and how many maximum users can be provisioned and how can one acquire the service.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
The CUG, like we said, we are all out for businesses.
Yeah, that's not business.
And so even the router, right, the Cat6 can take up to 64 persons.
Okay.
So in most businesses in Liberia, of course, we know our capacity. You get usually between 10, 15, 20, 30, 40%. So once you get any of MTN router, it can cover most of our businesses. So most businesses are encouraged to have the router as something they can scale between every time. Now the CUG, like you talk about, closed user group, is a service that allows people within a community to call one another for absolutely free of charge after they have paid the required amount. So each line it will be $5 right now the price. Of course, but we can always talk based on the amount of lines you bring in. So the CUG is, let me explain it in a way that our audience understand it. So so you have a business, say Freedom FM, for example, right?
Okay.
You have a staff capacity of between 20, 25, 30 persons. I mean, I'm just giving a number. So now the head of marketing for Freedom, the HR manager for Freedom, just need to contact her and say, MTN, I want my employees to be able to call one another so that somebody in the middle of the day can get an excuse. So the reason I didn't call to provide this update on this assignment is because I ran out of credit. I want my employees to be connected to your CUG service. So you can give us of course, your details will be asked for, your business registration, and all the required documents. Once the documents are submitted, and then you pay the required fee, which is a minimum, usually around $5 per line. I mean, everybody in that business can be able to, for 30 whole days, can be able to call one another free of charge. So I mean, if I even want to call you as a colleague that's on the CUG along with me, and I just put the phone that people used to do way back on the 3 days. I just put the phone on there, you just be talking by yourself for 24 hours every day for 30 days. You have absolutely no charge, and the line will be free. Okay. So the CUG allows people within a community to call one another free of charge after they are paid at minimum.
So like that, if I am the one that is going to register the CUG, I have to get like all of the numbers.
You have to get all of the number. In fact, those details will be asked for if you once you make a request for the service. We assign an account manager to you, and then we explain the requirement that you need to tell us how many persons you want to use the line.
So like that, I have to carry business registration and all of those things?
In no cases, because we deal with businesses. So businesses, of course, under the law, you have to be registered. You have to have all of the legal requirements. But also, there are opportunities for families. Okay. So you have a family, for example, a family of 10 in your house, and then you fed up with the fact that your children need to call you for emergency. They got to go be looking around for trash car and so all that.
How many people can be connected to this service?
So the CUG takes anywhere between 5 to as many as 1 million people. So the government kind of have to today and say, no, we want people in Labrador to be calling one another for free of charge on your CUG. We can provide the service for the entire country to be calling once the government were willing to pay the minimum.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So how much is the service?
So like we said, the minimum requirement is $5 per line for the CUG. But based on the number of lines you take in, there's always room for negotiation.
So $5 per line.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe if we are 10, so we should be looking for like $50.
$50. So I mean, 10 of you for $50 can call one another. So we can call the 9 other person on that $5 that is being paid for me for the whole month free of charge. Anytime I want to call them, there'll be no excuse to say, oh, the line all of them no.
All right, that's a good one. But I love the part that you said there is always room for negotiation. Okay, thank you so much. On that note, we have the next talking point, something that we need to know as people in this country. You know, not all the time you just be hearing, oh, this and that. I call recharge and bumper, this and that. You not just take your money, you go, you put dollar, you go activate TD, Friday, all that kind of data. Yeah, you not just take your money, you go activate data. There are some other things that you can do when you are using a phone. Like look at this closed user group. It's very good for your entire family. All of them can call each other.
And it's an exceptional service. There are a lot of people who have taken advantage of it. And I think the challenge is that people are not really aware of, the service. That's why we have to be loud. That of course there are a lot of opportunities.
I put your microphone up very.
Yeah, that's good. And we always tell people that even don't have the opportunity to engage the market to say, okay, come and have this. You yourself can see the team, Mama. I wonder whether Lonestar can provide anything I get in your mind about telecommunication. Just come to us and say, Lonestar, I'm thinking about this service for me, for my family, for my business. Can you do it? We will always have a way to make it possible.
Okay. Another thing, I want us to talk about the home internet. If we can hear your voice at least, you know.
So I rather want to talk about the bulk SMS, but you need us to talk about the home right now. Maybe Emmanuel will provide more information on that.
Okay, then let's talk about the bulk SMS. But before we talk about the bulk SMS, let's even just talk about the home internet.
Okay.
What is this service about?
So the home internet service, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we talk about the router. So MTN has flexibility. We have range. We have skills. We have opportunities.
Okay.
So you can use the router in your home perfectly. I mean, it's one of the best solutions people are using right now. Everybody is taking the device to their home now. But there is the advantage of the home internet, right? So the home internet is a service that is provided by MTN that allows you to have your home connected at a minimum fixed price for unlimited connection.
Okay.
For 30 days. So I'm saying, come to MTN and say, okay, I want home internet based on your location or based on your capacity. Our technician will advise you to say, okay, take the fiber or you take the point-to-point. Of course, that these are technical things that the customer don't need to be concerned about. But tell us your capacity. Will come with one assessment and say, okay, fine. And usually at most home, the basic service we always take is our $30 service. So, for example, you have your home, you take the maybe 5 meg, say I want 5 meg fiber, and for $30 only, the whole month, everybody in your house can be able to use the internet. That means it's free of charge. You just pay your $30, you set up the internet to your house. For an entire 30 days, you got nothing to worry about to say, oh, my data will finish, or your data can finish. So the home internet is a service that is provided to home for, you know, all librarians. Everybody residing in Liberia come tell us that, okay, my house is located in Metro. We come there, we do an assessment. Once the service is in range of your house, we go there, set up the equipment, and then from that, the day we set up the equipment, every month maybe you just need to pay $30 or $25 based on the capacity. Based on the enrichment we've had, you can pay $25, $30, $20 for the entire month.
So the equipment that is same equipment like the router or a different kind of equipment?
So the router is a standalone device, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you need the router, we set it up already. The configurations are done already. So you can just take the router to your house. The only assignment you can now is to say you want recharge. And of course, to recharge, you recharge in the comfort of your home. So you can be right on your bed. As soon as you notice that your data finished, go and just that *355# which is the short code to buy bundles. Because of course you will link your router number to your personal number.
Okay.
If you don't link your router number to your personal number because there are emergency where, for example, I have the router in my home and then I ran out of credit or I ran out of data. But then because at the time, maybe in the middle of the night and I get any credit on my phone, maybe I get mobile money too in my phone and stuff like that. So I don't have the means to contact anybody to buy scratch card. I can just call my brother or my sister or my mom, my dad, my son and say, you get credit on your phone? And if they do have credit on their phone, from the comfort of their home, they can use the credit on their phone and recharge your router. So the router can be recharged right on your phone. Get that *355#. Your router number obviously will be given to you. Put in the router number and then do the recharge right on the go. So, but for the home internet, we set up an equipment to your house that is on lease. You know, we set up an equipment to your house. Our technician configure the equipment. You got no, power. And of course, we'll teach you the basic usual troubleshooting. Maybe somebody can hit the plug behind the equipment and then it disconnects. Yeah. So we'll tell you, say, okay. And you notice that because your internet is supposed to be connected throughout. Once you pay our money every month, our $25, $20, $30, when you pay our money, your internet should be connected throughout for the 30 days. So when you notice there's a breach in your internet, maybe you're not being connected. First thing we teach you basic troubleshooting. Go check behind the device whether the plug is out. Check to make sure whether you get current to the place, in the socket that you plug into. if you do the basic troubleshooting and notice that it's not connected, you can no part of go playing your equipment, opening it up. No, just call us on our dedicated line because we have a 24/7 support team waiting. And say, oh man, nothing, my device is off, and then our team from the office will troubleshoot remotely to be able to solve the problem. But here's the good thing about MTN. So usually with customers who currently have the service, we do not wait for you to say, okay, I'm disconnected. Except it's a basic user thing where you take the platform behind the thing. That we always tell you, say you can check the basic thing first. When there's an issue that has to do with our connection configuration from our end, we already have the platform and the software to monitor your service 24 hours. So if we realize that for any reason Mr. S network is off, it pop on our screen and then we have our technician on the spot trying to troubleshoot and have the problem resolved before even the customer get to know say there is a problem. So we have a team that's always monitoring your devices, your equipment to make sure that you're online 24/7. And of course, if there's a problem for you, call us on our dedicated line or our provided technicians and they will give you basic troubleshooting. If you can resolve it, we have the team there in no time to be able to solve the problem for you.
Is that cheap? $25.
I mean, that is the most affordable you
How many people can be connected to it?
So the home internet does not restrict you to how many persons you want to get connected.
Oh, okay.
It's open, but it's by capacity. So for example, if you took 5 Mbps from all, you know that so let's put it into perspective. There are things you can be doing on the internet. So maybe you're an online streamer and you know that you need capacity of 5 meg to be able to upload whatever video you will be doing. So if you take a 5 meg internet, only you will be using that 5 meg because you need to upload your video or your activities in 5 meg. Though we are not shooting you. So if you allow another person to get connected, if you connect 6-7 persons on your 5 meg and you're supposed to upload a video, the next thing that happens is start buffering.
Yeah.
Maybe the speed drop completely because the capacity that has not been spread across 5 different persons. So you have to know what activities you want to do, and that's the first requirement. Once you know what activities you're doing, of course, request the service is open for as many as 100%. If 100% go visit you today, your house, and you're having a party, all of them will get connected. There's no restriction on who can get connected.
Once you give them the password.
And also, of course, the password is your privacy, it's your security protection. If you give it out, of course, people will get connected, and those people can be able to connect other people based on.
And this home service is not mobile.
So the home service is absolutely fixed.
Okay.
So that's the difference between having a home internet and having a router. Yes. So the home internet is unlimited. That's one thing. But the router is now unlimited. It's package based, but those packages are flexible. So you can choose the higher package today. Tomorrow you go to the lower package. You can choose the lower package today. You notice that your family increase. So maybe I went out to my house on vacation time. Family. I send my family half of vacation. So I just decided to take my late $29 data. Now when we're using it because I didn't have too much things to do. And then I realized that all of a sudden, the morning, my family returned from vacation. I got all my kids, everybody into technology. My wife is home, my wife is at home. Maybe my mother even comes. So as the family expands, I know that there's an increase in the demand for data. So instead of buying $29, I now have the opportunity to scale up again and say, so that when you got to call anybody for MTN, you just scale up, say $29, not $70. Let me just go and buy $49 or $69.
Yeah.
We should have better capacity and can be able to carry the.
So what's cool?
With the dedicated internet for the home, if you know your capacity is increasing, your phone increasing, just get back to MTN and say, oh, look, this service is absolutely great because people never complain on the service. It's absolutely great. And say, oh, MTN, I realized you give me 5 meg. It's been working for me, yes, but my family size are increased and then until the 5 meg, our internet show come back there and then open the line for you.
All right. So what if this home internet service, what if I'm using it, but now I'm tired. I don't want to use it anymore. Or probably I'm traveling.
Okay.
Right? And I want to give it out to maybe a friend.
Okay.
Will Lonestar have problem with it?
No. So, I mean, the only thing is, if your friend is willing to take the responsibility of paying the monthly payment, let us know. Tell where your friend is located. We can't do the assessment. Just move the equipment from your house to your
Oh, okay.
And then on the go, you start using the internet.
All right.
But for the router, again, that's the advantage of the router. Is staying alone. You don't need to even ask
Ask
anything.
anybody. You just give
You
it
just
out.
to the router and give it to your sister. Say,
Yeah.
go be using the router, and on the go, she start using the router. The only thing is to remember the code. Start
the
with
code.
a hash, know your router number.
Okay.
Because of course, when you got the code, they'll ask you to put the router number. After you've passed the first stage, you put the router number, and then you can recharge on the go.
A lot of things happening in the world of technology, but if you don't ask, you will not know. So I'll appreciate those of you listening to take advantage on some of these things that we are talking. We are about to talk about the bulk SMS. Some of you can see text messages coming to you, and then I see text messages that come to you will come to your sister Esther. They will go to your empty patient, and all of you will receive that same text message. How it works? What are some of the things that you need to do to get it? You yourself in the market right now, you can use any of these services. And now we're about to talk about the bulk SMS. So let's get to the lady with the sweet tone in the studio right now. Sorry, I'm not talking to you anyway.
No problem.
So tell us about the bulk SMS service. What is this service about, and who can use it? I know my people in the market can use it, and where can the service work? How many users can get connected to this service? Tell us everything that we need to know about the bulk SMS.
All right. So the bulk SMS, the service, it's one service that we love to tell people about because we believe strongly that it's a service that should be utilized by all Liberians. And so the bulk SMS service is a business messaging service that allows organizations to send messages to a large volume of people, you know, as many people as possible at once. So let's say, for example, Freedom FM, you want to have maybe a particular you're doing a particular promo, and maybe for organizations, tell organizations that, okay, from this particular month to this particular month, we're offering, you know, interviews to businesses. So that's the bulk SMS is one service from Lonestar Mtn that Freedom FM should take advantage of, because just like I said, it gives you the ability to send SMS to a large volume of people all at once. That's why you mentioned, for example, you receive a text message from and the amazing thing about the bulk SMS is that it's customized. So, for example, if you decide to use this particular service, you come to Lonestar Mtn, and when we disperse these messages to, you know, the amount of persons you want to receive this message, it will come. The message will come on their phone, like from Freedom FM. So it's not like it will come from a particular 0880 or 0555 or second number. No, it will come from Freedom FM. That's the amazing and unique thing about the bulk SMS. So you also talked about the amount of persons. So the thing about those bulk SMS is it's, like I said, it's very, very unique, because it's possible that you want to run a promotion for your organization, and you say, okay, I want to target just the people in Montserrado. I want to target the people just in Magibi. Lonestar Mtn has made it so amazing that we can actually streamline the amount of, streamline the particular customers that live within Montserrado or within Magibi, depending on your target audience. I know we just streamline that. I was okay, these are the amount of persons that we're going to send this message to, because these are my target audience.
So I'm confused somewhere. How will Lonestar know that the actual amount of people in Magibi? Now, for example, I registered my SIM card in Monrovia. I purchased my SIM card, then using it in Monrovia. But then for that particular moment, that person wants to send message across to those in Magibi, and I'm in Magibi. Will Lonestar know that I'm in Magibi in that message?
So the thing is that, when you did the registration, you did it that you were in Magibi, and that's the data, that's the information we have. Okay. So it's basically based on the data that we have. So just like I said, it's very, very unique that you'll be able to send messages to just the target audience that you want to use to spread that message. And so talking about the bulk SMS, it's you can use it and take advantage of it for your promotions. For organizations can make use of those bulk SMS. Even churches, we're talking about the fact that there are a lot of events that happen in Liberia. So organizations and even event organizers should actually take use of this.
If you have all of the members' numbers in your church. You take it to Lonestar MTN and say, oh, send this particular message to everybody.
Oh yes, we'll do that for you. We'll do that for
How
you.
much will that cost?
So the thing about the bulk SMS is we love to tell everyone, because once you hear bulk SMS, you just assume that, oh, because I can send a message to maybe 1,000 or 10,000 persons, you just assume automatically that this is going to be really, really expensive. No. So at Lonestar MTN will tell you that's a big no. So the amazing thing about the bulk SMS is that it's very cheap. It's cheaper per message, but it just depends on, it's based on the volume of numbers that you're using. So let's say, for example, you want to send messages to 1 million persons, which of course we can. We will boldly tell you that we can do that. It's going to be cheaper, compared to maybe you want to send messages to 100 persons or 1,000 persons. So just like I said, it's based on the volume. The more you send, the lower the cost.
Oh, okay. So that's good. If you are listening, this is 87.9 Freedom Radio. And those of you monitoring us live by our online platform, I want to shout it out for you. You are doing extremely well. Those of you outside of Liberia, you are learning a lot of things today from Liberia, most especially from Lonestar Mtn. Let's read some of the comments on our live feed. Sudi Bility, watching us live from YouTube, says, let's go, pro. All right. Shagun Ayeni, I'm following from Johnsonville. All right. And Venetia's Junior Briar says, I'm following. And of course, we have Roberta Richards watching from Louisville. Where do you have Louisville? I don't know that place. Yeah, it's in Liberia, but I don't know that place anyway. And then we have Cletus Waller watching us from the Key in West Point. Shout out to you, my brother. Hope you're okay. And let's get back to you and talk a little more, because we don't have much time. We have just 14 minutes left for this discussion. I want us to talk about the dedicated internet. What is this service about, and the maximum users that can be connected to it, and how can one acquire this service? Where does the service work? Where is the payment made? And when there are challenges with the service, how do customers get support?
Yes. So the dedicated internet. So like we talk about the home internet, right? So this is just the upgrade to the home internet. Now, but yeah, this time around, we're looking at corporations, large enterprises, clinic, hospitals. So, right now the world is digitized. You run a hospital, you have equipment that are sending digital signals to one another. So your laboratory equipment, your machines. In fact, doctors are making report online. Your finance staff are doing live feed when it comes to customer payments. So everything is digitized now. So the dedicated internet is for businesses.
Okay.
So the business can tell us. Most businesses will have their, ICT director. Some businesses will have their, especially if we don't have one, come to us, tell us, okay, MTN, I'm about to run this kind of business, I'm running this kind of business, and I do X, Y, and Z, and then we can be able to tell you, okay, this capacity will work for you. So the only thing businesses do is that they come to us, tell us the one internet, and just tell us the capacity you want. So you tell the capacity you want, we provide a dedicated internet for you. Usually an ISP solution for you. Make sure that your entire office is connected to the internet 24-hour uninterrupted. Like I said, it's just an upgrade to what we do for the home internet. So this time around, we're looking at bigger capacity. Because businesses run on servers.
Yeah.
Informations are being passed in real time.
Like hotels.
Emails, hotels, you got, couple of guests in, you got tens of guests. You don't want to have a limited capacity where, somebody can use your hotel internet, then when they plug one button, you can load it. You want better capacity. So that's just the thing. It's an upgrade to what we provide for the home. So in this case, we're providing bigger capacity, bigger bandwidth.
Okay.
Bigger meg. People taking 50, 20, 25 meg. Just people who have huge demand for internet. The service is almost the same. We do the setup for you. Our technician comes to do the analysis. They do the feasibility study to know whether you are in range and what service you are in range of. Once they establish that, They let you know what can be done there. And then the next thing is you do your one-off payment for the lease, because the equipment are usually done on lease. So you do the one-off payment for the equipment. We come with mat the equipment on your place, and then your regular payment, maybe that 200 is all pay every month. The arrangement is signed, and every month you have 30 days unlimited connection to your business center, for whatever arrangement, whatever amount you're supposed to pay. We have 24/7 support. So when people talk about the service, how can you reach out for support? I mean, MTN is one of the things we noted for. We have our technicians always on standby, willing to always, provide support for our clients. Like I said, we are proactive. We don't wait for our clients to get out before we try to solve the problem. We engage the problem. We are monitoring 24/7. Once we notice a client disconnected, our technician troubleshoot remotely, ensure whether it can be solved online. When it can be solved, we have our people at your doorstep. All MTN services are paid either to our head office, or you can use mobile money to pay it. We have our bank accounts that we can give you also. Pay your money through our bank account, the bank share our details, and then your service keep running. So always know everything MTN do can be paid through mobile money.
All of the services that we're talking about, the hotline means 111, right?
So the hotline for all business service at MTN is 5656.
Okay.
That is the short code to reach us on every service we just talked about. Whether you want a CUG, you want a prepaid bonus, a couple bonus, you want a home internet, just call us on fastest. And then on the go, you have people solving whatever problem or whatever inquiry you have. You have people responding to it.
So if you are listening, you want to reach out and you want to purchase any of the services that we were talking about, just call 5656. If there's no way for you to reach to Lonestar Mtn head office. All right. And I want us to open up the telephone lines if time permits us. But let's talk about the last one, which is referred to as the corporate prepaid bundles.
Okay, so like we talked about the CUG earlier. On the CUG allow calls within, people who are onboarded. So the corporate bundle now gives you the freedom to call both within and outside. So if I'm a business, and then some businesses give their employee cash cards.
Yeah.
Sometimes the employee don't even know what bundles will optimize the scratch card that has been given to them. So that's why we come in with the corporate prepaid services. So these are bundles that are uniquely designed to capture all businesses. So there are bundles that can be served to your individual employees. So you come to us, let us know, hey, I have 50 employees. But again, in my employee range, there are senior level employees, there are mid levels, there are junior levels. And so I want a package that will be distributed according to that bracket. So the corporate prepaid service will give you the package. It's a whole big thing that you got bundle ranging from 75, 50, 5, 10, as low as $2. So that bundle allow you to do on-net call. So meaning on-net, when we say on-net, mean able to call between Lonestar numbers. So you can call your colleague within, you can call your family on your corporate bundle. You can also do on-net call, meaning if the on-net bundle you have to call Lonestar number finishes, you can be able to still call Lonestar number on the on-net, or you can be able to call other companies on the on-net. You can be able to send SMS bill to MTN to other companies. You can be able to browse the internet. So the bundles have everything, ranging from international calls to mailings to data. Everything is situated on the corporate prepaid bundle, designed for businesses to minimize their spend and to maximize their use of GSM services.
Okay, folks, you are listening to the Lonestar Hour, where we have interactive discussion. We talk about businesses from Lonestar Mtn, things that can benefit you, things that you will need, like the bulk SMS. Maybe you have your little organization in your community and you want to send one text message to everybody. Maybe you have 100, or your one can sit down and send all the text message. You reach out to Lonestar, and then you do the payment, you do the text message for you. You just give the people the number, okay? And if you have a program, for example, I'm from Claratown, so let me set an example on Claratown. If you're having a program in Claratown and you want the people of Claratown to be there, everybody from Claratown, so you walk to Lonestar Mtn office, you tell them, that you want the people of Claretown to attend a particular program, and you give the venue and everything. There are people who registered as SIM card and they say they are living Claretown, right?
So, I mean, like goodness, I've already said. So one of the unique thing about MTN is that we believe in data. And of course, data privacy is key to us. So customer information, customer security is protected.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you are even living in Grand Bassa and you register at the same time in Grand Bassa, of course, you become as a Grand Bassa, MSISD, and that's Grand Bassa number, Grand Bassa customer.
Okay.
But if that person, how they call it, migrated to Morovia, and you are sending SMS to people in Morovia, we still have live data to capture everybody in Morovia.
Okay.
Live data will pick up whatever number that is in Morovia in the specific location you're looking for, and of course we'll blast to them. So everybody will have the. So we always like to emphasize bulk SMS because I mean that's one thing businesses like as goodness said is missing out on. You have the opportunity to reach to millions of people with just a click of a button at minimum price. Don't worry about the price; it's so cheap. Okay. So come to us. If you want to target 18-year-old you, say my program is youth centric. I want to target only people who are 18 or to 25. Come to us. The data is there. It's cooked. So let's open that data and we'll make sure that whatever segment you're targeting, we have the measures.
Let's open up the telephone lines. Let's talk to at least two persons because we have just 4 minutes. Let's talk to two persons. Then we'll come back. You guys can wrap it up. And then you take your exit on today's edition of the Lonestar Mtn Hour on Freedom 87.9. Call us on 0886 500-104. Call us right now and ask a question pertaining to all of the things that you hear us talking. 0886 500-104. That's the number. If you are outside Liberia, for those of you monitoring us via our online platform, you can call us on WhatsApp +231 886 500-104. This person is on the line. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you join us from.
Yeah, I'm James Kimber and I'm calling for this street singer.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
All right. Thank you for your video. There's something I want to do about it. Okay, on that. So when I have a experience and I'm going to get three first. And the movie that happens to this first. So when I was giving it, I want to start the engineer and I was happens to this first that graduate so now everything on that one. Two, I have a laptop.
Hold on, Chief.
I want to do that.
Hold on, Chief. Hold on. The people are hearing you. Okay. So you can read through it. You hearing it?
All right.
All
right.
You okay?
The movie on there.
You okay now? Okay.
My girlfriend, my brother, and myself, we are three. So that we want to get a movie on there and everybody be connected on their phone. At the same time, our TV be connected. That while the TV online, while be on everything on TV be connected. So how much? We hit for us.
You ask the home internet?
Yeah, the home internet. How much we hit for us?
For you to get your phone, your television connected?
Sure.
Okay. I think like 25.
The second question is this. I have a router. Yeah, router. And people from my router password. I want to change the password. Okay. How do I do that?
To change your router password. Okay. Listen to the radio now. Let the people respond to you. All right? Okay. Let the people respond to you.
All right, so let me quickly respond to the router. So I'm guessing the reason why he wants to change his password is because maybe a lot of people are connected to the router, and so the data doesn't really last. Data you go for 1 month, maybe 2 weeks, it's already gone. So the thing you can do is that you can come at the office, then we'll be able to change the router password for you to make it a unique password that would just be you alone would be informed about the password.
So what if is a long range? For example, some people are living Broadway for a couple of times and be how
I believe they can change it with the
Yeah.
355, right?
So yes, calls on fastest.
Okay.
Will redirect you to a dedicated technician,
Mm.
and then they'll call you on WhatsApp and will show you
Through the
step by
process.
step how you can change your password. Because remember, your password is your privacy. So once you leave MTN premises, we make sure that you are disconnected from us. We can have access to your device.
So how much is the package that he's asking for the home internet?
So, like we said earlier, right, we will get his number, or you should call us on fastest right after here. We will try to understand exactly what his request is, what capacity he will need based on what you will explain, and then from there we'll make a determination on what capacity he needs to go for. But like we said, we have packages starting from as low as $25, and for the LTE router, you can buy bundle from as low as $9.
I've not seen the die anymore. So you can keep your calls coming through. Let's get one more person, then we'll wrap it up. On today's edition of the of the Lonestar Mtn Hour on 87.9. Okay. So call us on 0886 500 104. All right, 0886 500 104. Call us right now and let's let you. Okay, this person 0886 500 104. Why is this person flashing? Anyway, let's wrap it up. We don't have time. We're out of time.
Okay, so again, we want to say thank you for having us. Thank you to all those who've been listening to us. We also want to say thank you to all MTN subscribers out there. We're reminding you again, get yourself an MTN LTE router. It's one of the best things. Everybody is trying to get one. The code to recharge for your router is *355#. Remember, we have different services at MTN Business. We have cloud services, we have hosting for your servers, we have call centers. So just let us know as a business what you want, what you're doing. And of course, we'll be there to provide service. We'll make your business better. Like we say at MTN, it's time to make business done better. Try to give us a router. It's the best thing. It allows you to remain connected even when current goes. You take it everywhere you want to take it. You can scale between the prices. You can buy the lower bundle today, the higher bundle tomorrow, and any bundle based on your capacity. And there's just so many things you can do. I mean, there are also parental control features on the router, imagine. So you can tell your kids at what time to be connected on the device based on the programming. You can tell your kids devices at what time to be connected and what time to not be connected, and at what domain to be connected to, at what platform to get connected to based on configurations. So there are a lot of things we can do at MTN. Try to get us an MTN router today and make sure that your family and your life is simple.
All right. So just like Emmanuel said, at MTN Business, we have so many services. So you definitely want to reach out to Lonestar MTN Business, and you want to inquire of our services ranging from the router to the home service, dedicated internet, CUG. But most importantly, we want to emphasize on the router. Like Emmanuel said, the router is a new big thing in town now. So you want to purchase a router for yourself, and you want to experience the services that the router provides, and you just want to enjoy unlimited data, connectivity, connect with your friends and loved ones. But I also want to emphasize the current promo that's running. That's an amazing offer from Lonestar Mtn and Electro World. So we know the Electro World store that's available at Random Street, O Road, and ELWA. So when you go at this store, you can purchase a smart TV, and not just after you purchase a smart TV, you get a chance to get a free router plus 70 gigabytes. And that is one amazing offer I believe everyone should take advantage of. So you go to the Electro World store, you get a smart TV, and you stand a chance to automatically get a free router plus 70 gigabytes. And that's one amazing offer that you want to take advantage of. So just like we said, MTN Business, we have so many services that you want to take advantage of, and now is the time to act, because this year we're sharp and swift.
Yes.
Sharp and swift. I love that. All right, thank you guys so much for coming, and we appreciate you. At least our people learned something new today. Bye bye,
And thank you.
Thank you so much.
okay.
Are you worried about your child? Do they struggle to respond to their name or play with other children? Are they not yet speaking, avoiding eye contact, or repeating the same actions and words? Your child might have autism. On April 2nd, 2026, the Leighton Luke Autism Center, in collaboration with Blooming Kaleidoscope and Open Arms Kids Initiative, will conduct free screenings for children showing these signs. And then, on April 10th, join us for an awareness workshop at Empowerment Squared in Painesville at